And my first act as president is a prayer.
I ask you to share my prayer that God will search me and know my heart.
There are prayers of friends and strangers that give us strength for the journey.
I say these prayers knowing that the act of prayer itself is a source of strength.
America is a nation of believers, and together we are strengthened by the power of prayer.
When people search for light in a world of darkness, when Americans look to restore and lift up our country, when our nation's leaders set out to face the difficult tasks before them, we answer and support them with prayer. We are the Presidential Prayer Team, an online gathering of the largest full-time prayer ministry for our nation.
You look at George Washington's prayer at Valley Forge. Prayer throughout our nation has changed the course of our history. If we're going to change the course that we're going now, we first have to go back to pray.
Birthed out of the terrorist attacks of 9/11, the Presidential Prayer Team exists to bring Christians together in instantaneous prayer, 24/7.
Well, first of all, it's very important when you build a team that is going to be involved in many of these policy discussions, reviewing bills, getting into the weeds, because there's so much that comes out of Senator. This is why it's important as we look for believers around the country and around the world to pray for their leaders.
The Presidential Prayer Team is independent of the White House, any political party, church, or denomination. Completely committed to providing unbiased, nonpartisan information and biblically based prayer guidance.
When I look at a piece of legislation, in a tough piece of legislation, I go to the Word, I go to the Constitution, I pray, I talk to family, friends at home, staff here, in order to really make the best judgment I can about that legislation.
The mission of the Presidential Prayer Team is clear. Grow our network of active praying Christians. Secure the tools needed to power our growth. Deepen the engagement with our membership.
Now, for those of us that believe in praying for people in authority and praying for our government leaders, taking the biblical principle from 1 Peter chapter 2 and other passages seriously, we should actually do that.
The Presidential Prayer Team is here to support America's leadership during these unsteady times. Each day, we work to raise a shield of prayer over our nation's leaders. Through the support of our members and donors, the Presidential Prayer Team has expanded capabilities to include daily prayer briefings, important news related to our nation's events, global prayer alerts, and a suite of membership support services designed to engage our online community. We are committed to growing our membership. Our 5-year mission is to reach 5 million Americans joined together in prayer. 5 years, 5 million members. When you support the Presidential Prayer Team, you not only support a cause, you support a ministry dedicated and committed to transforming our nation through prayer, one heart at a time.
Well, I want to thank folks for praying for me, for members of Congress. I want to especially ask you for prayers for wisdom.
When we hear that someone is praying for us, it means a lot, not just to me, but to our staff members, because they face a lot of the same things that we face here.
And knowing that we have millions of believers praying for us is a great encouragement. And I thank you for that.
Pray, and know that we pray for a reason.